we're going to now code the house that we are going to build in Minecraft. Now, this is going to take quite a bit of coding, and we're going to break it down into 5 steps. And we're going to have our agent do some of the steps, and some of the steps we have to do by planning ahead. The first step we're going to do is design the building. Now, I'm going to do a simple square building with a flat roof, but you can take graph paper and you can design your building so that you know how many squares up you need to go, across, down. And you also might want to think about what type of materials you are going to use for that building. After you do that and figure out what you need of each, then you're going to go into your inventory and you're going to find the type of material that you are going to use. Me, I'm thinking I like some light blue wool. It'll look really pretty with maybe a white wool roof. That's what I'm going to go with. So now I've got plenty of blocks in my inventory on that. I'll be able to put that into my agent's inventory when I go to build my house. Now, I think I'm going to go build my house by a road over here. And I'm going to set myself a corner here with some yellow wool. That way I just know where I'm going to be. All right, so now I'm just going to go with a nice little square house. And in code, I'm going to, let's see, this was our road. So let's go back out. Let's find a new one and let's call it house. Okay. Now, in our house, I'm going to get rid of the on start. We're not going to do that. And I'm going to go chat command house. I mean, I could say build a structure or do other things, but I really don't want to type in a whole bunch of stuff. Now, I'm going to have my agent do this. And first off, I'm going to have my agent have some inventory. So let's go to the inventory and have inventory. Now, our agent has quite a few different slots. And if we go and look at our agent, we're going to have him come here, aren't we? Let's go back in, go out, click on come here, and run that. Type in T, come here. There we go. Now our agent's here with us. Now we can go back in and code our house. So I'm going to come back and go house. All right. So in our agent's slots here, if we click on him, we notice he's got quite a few different slots where he can put things. Right now, he's got some oak in there. He's got some flowers and all this, but I don't think we're going to need the flowers and the tulips for our building of our house. But the slots start from up here in the upper left-hand corner, and they're labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as you go across. And in our code, we're going to look at the different slots. So we're going to start with slot 1. We're going to make that active. That means the items that he has in slot 1 are what he's going to use to build. So we can determine what he's going to use to build this time in slot 1. Now we want him to move and build the house. So we're going to go with our place on build. Let's see, where are we here? Okay, place on move. And we're going to turn that to true because we want him to place down a block when he moves. Now, I don't want to write things over and over and over and over again. So I'm going to use a loop because that helps me repeat things. So I'm going to say, okay, I want you to repeat this thing every single 4 times. I'm going to repeat everything inside here 4 times. Okay. And what we're going to do is we are going to have our agent, move forward by 1. We're going to have him do that 4 times. So each time he moves forward by 1, he's going to place a block behind him because we said place on move true. Okay, and he's going to take that from the active slot. Now, I'm going to want my house a little bigger than 4. So I'm going to actually have him move forward by 5. So each time he moves, he's going to place a block down, and that's going to go in a row. The thing is, if I have him repeat that 4 times and I don't have him turn, I'm going to have a huge long line of blocks. I'm going to need him to turn to go around a corner each time to make a square for me. So I'm going to have him turn left. All right. Now, if I go run this code right now, okay, you ready, guy? Let's run it. If I go run it, I'm going to go house. Okay, so he's doing what I told him to do every time. Oh, He's stuck now. Look at that. He did everything up until the end. He can't move forward. So what we're going to have to do in our code is we're going to have him move up a level, and then we're going to have him move forward and do this again. And let's get rid of the house here. And I also forgot to change him from wood to the wool that I want. Oops. Okay, so I'm going to go back into his inventory. I'm going to take out the oak wood, and I'm going to have him doing light blue wool. I'm going to put my white wool in here later for my roof. Okay, you ready, guy? Let's code him some more. So after I have him turn left, I'm actually going to want him to move up, but I only want him to move up once. So I'm going to put that outside of my loop. So let's go agent move forward. I'm going to change that agent move up by 1. Okay. And when he moves up by 1, I don't want him placing something behind him at that moment. So I'm going to say place on move false. So that turns off the place on move. So this turned it on. This turned it back off. Now, we should be able to have him start on the second layer of walls. So now what we're going to do is then we're going to have him move right by 1 so that then he can move and get started for the second. Let's see. Whoops, that's the wrong one. I want move right by 1. Okay. Now that's going to start the second set of walls. Okay, so we have him doing the first part, and he's going to move up and he's going to move right. Let's try this here. Okay, house. Let's watch him build. So see now he moved up, placed, and he's ready to start the next row. He's looking at me like, hey, ready to go, dude. Let's do this. Now, if I want him to build the house that's got a few layers up, I'm going to need another repeat loop. So what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to bring my repeat loop out, and I'm going to make this so it goes here. Now, that added another repeat in here. It kind of disconnected this, and I'm going to stick this inside. Now, what's going to happen is it's going to say, okay, here we go. Let's go in here. Let's repeat this 4 times. Dunk, dunk, dunk. Okay, next time to repeat. Repeat this 4 times. Dunk, dunk, dunk. We basically are making what's called a nested loop, and it's going to allow us to build the walls of our house. Now, let's see what happens actually if we build right on top of where he was at, because that might work. If not, we'll just destroy it and go again. Let's try this again. Text house. Yep, and looky there. Oh, guess what? He ran out of materials. So we got kind of a problem in that. So our house looks really good, but he ran out of wool to make our house. So if we go over and click on him, well, actually it still has the light blue wool. I wonder what went wrong with our code. He's up there. He's built 2 sets of walls. So let's destroy this and let's take a look at our code and see what we did wrong. And when your code doesn't turn out exactly how you expect it will be, it's a really good idea to read through your code and see what you're asking it to do. Okay. And hello, agent, come on back here. Let's go back and let's get him to come here. So right now I'm I don't really want to go back in and out. So I'm just going to actually have a quick command on chat command here. I'm going to have my agent teleport player. That way I don't have to go back and forth. So I'm going to come down here and stand on my yellow block again, and I'm going to type in here. Okay, my agent's back. So let's take a look at the code and see what happened. Now, again, in his inventory, he has the light blue wool, so he should be able to build. Let's see what we've got. Okay. We're going to set slot 1, place on move true. And let's see here. Where are we at? Okay. We are going to repeat 4 times. We're going to have 4 walls. We're going to have him do one layer right here by moving forward by 5. He's going to turn left. I see what our problem is. Okay, we're going to pull that back out, and we're actually going to put this, let's try this up at the top. We'll put this repeat in here, and we'll put that in there. Now, each thing in here is going to be set time after time, because I think what happened was we turned it off to false, and then it repeated it. Let's try this now, because he's going to set active slot 1. He's going to place on move. Then he's going to repeat what's in here 4 times. Then he's going to repeat, he's going to do these moves. He's going to come back up, repeat here, repeat 4 times, come back down. Let's try this. Okay, you ready, guy? Let's do this. House. Hey, looky there. Looks like he's got our house built. All right. We got the walls done. All right. So he's got the walls of our house. Great. Okay. Now we need to build our roof. And I'm just going to build a flat roof because that's going to help me quite a bit. I'm not going to have to do the peaked roof or anything else. So in our roof, we are going to be doing white wool, which I already placed in his inventory, and he's all ready to go. So what we're going to do in here is we are going to want to now have something below this repeat. Okay, we had our repeat on chat command house. We repeated this that did our walls. Okay, now what we're going to want to do is something to build our roof. And what we're going to do to build our roof is we're going to have to change his slot. So let's go to, where's our slot? Okay, set active slot. We're going to put it way down below all of our loops because we're starting the roof. And we're going to select active slot 2. This means he's going to go in and use the white wool to go ahead and do that. Now we're going to have some loops after this. We set our active slot. Now we're going to need some loops for our roof because he's going to need to do things over and over and over again. Okay, so we are going to, again, have him repeat some stuff. We're just going to have it repeat 3 times. And what he's going to do is he's going to move forward by 5 because that's the size of our house. So he's going to move forward by 5. And then we're going to have him move left by 1. There we go. Move left by 1. That way he turns. Okay. And after he does that, we're going to want him to move back. We're kind of going like a mow a lawn type thing here. So let's have him move back. We're going to have him move back and do the next row at 5. Okay. And we're going to continue doing that until he's finished with the roof. And let's have him move left. 1 more by 1. Okay. So now we're going to have him do our roof. And after that, actually, he's going to build our house and then do our roof. So let's go back in here. Sorry, bud, we're going to destroy everything you have. Or actually, let's move over and try and build it over here. That way we don't have to destroy it. So if we remember to get him to come here, we can type in here. And there he is. Now let's type in house and see what happens. And unfortunately, I was standing in the way, so one of our blocks isn't going to happen there. And so we're off because basically I was standing in his way. Poor guy. That's okay. We're getting there. Okay. Next time, I'm not going to stand in his way when he builds the house. Okay. Now, something happened here. We didn't do this right. Again, we've got a problem in our code because obviously he went off and he didn't do what he was supposed to be doing. So let's take a look at our code and see what we need to do. Okay, let's go back in here. Now, let's take a look again at what we did. we know he can build a house pretty well. We've got our repeat and repeat. He's building the walls of our house. That's great. Then we change our slot, okay, so that he should be using the white wool, and we're having repeat 3 times. Now we're having him move forward by 5. I think I see our problem here. We don't have him placing anything down. That's not going to work very well. So let's do a place on move. Okay. Let's see. Place on move. Where are we? I've got to find our block here. Now, scrolling through here. Oh, here we go. Place on move. Let's put our place on move and let's set it back to true. That way he will move and do it. Now let's just do this in the air to see what happens. We could even have him build the house in the air. Let's try this. Okay, text house. Okay, he's going to build our house up in the air. Why not? See what happens. Okay, at least we're not standing in the way, so it didn't ruin his code there. Okay, he's getting our walls done. He's a fast little guy. Hey, now he's building our roof, except the problem is we don't have him turning correctly. He's got our roof going way off in the distance, okay? So what we wanted him to do is we wanted him to go back over here. So again, we must have something wrong with our code. So let's check our code again. Okay, oh, here it is. I needed him to go backwards. All right, now our code should be correct. Let's bring our agent back somewhere else. And let's have him build our final house. Okay, so I'm going to have him come here. Our agent's here. I'm going to move out of his way and come up in the air so we can watch him build our house. Okay, let's have our final house here. All right. Looks like he's doing pretty well. Hey, much better on the roof. All right. Good job, guy. You built our roof. So in the next video, we're going to talk about how to put the doors and the windows in. Now that we have our basic house structure, we can actually add code so that our agent will then take away some of these blocks that we place down and we'll replace them with windows and doors. All right.